Johnny Chan, born in 1957, began playing poker long before it became popular, and his results over the years have solidified his reputation as one of the finest in the game. Johnny Chan has accomplished almost everything. With 10 WSOP bracelets, live event earnings of more than $8.7 million, and a seat in the esteemed Poker Hall of Fame, Chan has endured the test of time and demonstrated that he has what it takes to continue his success. In recent years, however, Johnny has not been as active on the circuit, and his fans have had few opportunities to watch him on television. He was once one of the biggest stars in poker, but it appears he has stepped away from the spotlight. So what has Johnny Chan been up to lately, and why haven't we seen much of him in recent years? Before we go into the present day, let's take a look back at Johnny Chan's career and what made him one of the most well-known poker players. Chan was born in 1957 in China. His family relocated to Hong Kong in 1962 and then to Phoenix, Arizona in 1968. In 1973, they relocated to Texas and started a thriving restaurant business. Johnny enrolled at the University of Houston to pursue a degree in hotel and restaurant management, but he quickly realized this was not his calling. Poker was his true passion, so when he turned 21, he dropped out and moved to Las Vegas to go on an adventurous path that would eventually lead to him becoming one of the world's finest players. Johnny's family was not pleased with his decision to pursue a career in poker, but he was determined to make his mark on the green felt. His first tournament results occurred in 1982. Tournament fields were substantially smaller back then, and rewards were not nearly as large, making it difficult to compare his achievement to that of modern-day players. In 1983, he won the America's Cup of Poker in Las Vegas for $130,000, his first six-figure score. Shortly after, he won a much larger $1,500 event, earning $60,750. Johnny Chan won his first WSOP bracelet in 1985, and many more would follow. After defeating 341 other players in a $1,000 limit hold'em game, Chan won the coveted trinket and the $171,000 first-place prize. Johnny Chan made his real poker breakthrough in 1987, cementing his place in the game's history for decades. That year, he won the $10,000 WSOP main event, defeating 151 other players and earning $625,000 for his efforts. This may appear little in comparison to today's main event awards, but it was a huge win at the time. Chan didn't stop there. The very next year, he accomplished something that few other players could duplicate. He went on to defend his main event title, this time earning $700,000. He nearly accomplished the unfathomable the next year, winning 3 main events in a row. He fell barely short of this incredible feat, however, when he lost in a heads-up match to young Phil Hellmuth. Chan's remarkable results gave him the nickname the Orient Express, which he would later come to be known for. Johnny was never one of those wild players who threw chips around in an attempt to pull off a crazy bluff. He was far more deliberate and precise, which made him extremely deadly. His understanding of the game and ability to read his opponents were incredible. Chan kept grinding, attaining countless amazing successes over the years. In 1989, following his runner-up result in the main event, he won the Hall of Fame Poker Classic for $232,000. Chan had a rough run for a spell since his results during the next few years were not particularly good. But by 1994, the train was back on track. In 1994, he won another WSOP bracelet by going all the way in a $1,500 7-card stud tournament, and another in 1997. In 2000, Chan won a PLO tournament, collecting about $180,000 and adding to his already amazing collection of WSOP bracelets. It's worth noting that Johnny has never won a 7-figure sum of money in his career, which adds to his amazing total. He kept the grind going and gradually established his poker resume. His biggest win occurred in the 2003 Poker Superstars Invitational, where he finished second and won $750,000. In 2002, the Orient Express was formally recognized as one of the game's best when he was admitted into the renowned Poker Hall of Fame, joining the ranks of some of poker's greatest legends. Chan's most recent bracelet came in 2005 when he won a pot limit hold'em tournament and earned more than $300,000. He's proven himself to be more than just a one-trick pony over time. Chan won a variety of tournaments, including Hold'em, PLO, and 7-card stud, proving that the Orient Express could compete in practically any poker game. While his poker results were remarkable, Johnny Chan's participation in the cult poker film Rounders solidified his status as a legend. In the film, Chan plays himself and faces off against the main character, Mike McDermott. Mike succeeds to call Johnny's bluff, giving him the confidence that he has what it takes to make it in the big league. Although Chan's appearance in the film lasted only a few minutes, it contributed significantly to his global popularity. Rounders is one of those films that has cult status among poker lovers, and it's rare to find someone who enjoys poker who hasn't seen the film, or at least seen some of its dramatic scenes. The film also includes authentic footage of Johnny Chan's memorable hand against Eric Seidel in the 1988 WSOP main event. It's the final hand of the tournament, and Johnny makes a superb play to take the rest of Seidel's chips and defend his title. Johnny Chan was more than just a tournament master. For decades, he has been a fixture in Las Vegas's highest-stakes cash games, including the legendary Bobby's Room game. No one knows how much money Chan has won playing cash over the years, but he has done fairly well. Johnny was also a frequent guest on many of the top poker shows back then. He appeared on High Stakes Poker, Poker After Dark, and several more shows. His presence at the tables boosted the viewership since everyone wanted to see him in action. His opponents would undoubtedly prefer someone else, but Chan was never one to give up his chips easily. He wasn't afraid to play against the greatest because he was confident he could hold his own against almost anyone, and if his results are any indication, he certainly could. Johnny Chan appeared to fade from public view once the golden age of poker ended. Based on his results, he hasn't been extremely active since 2010, however, he still participates in a few competitions each year. His most recent cash game came in 2019 when he made a strong run in the WSOP main event, eventually busting in 560th place. Unlike many of his colleagues, Chan wasn't very interested in internet poker. Most gamers, including those who rarely play online, decided to participate in a few events, but not Johnny. Some would argue that he's not keeping up with the times, but it is his decision after all. Online poker isn't for everyone, and Chan may fall into that category. It appears that the Orient Express wants to keep it to himself and lives a quiet, happy existence with little chaos. And when you think about it, it complements his whole appearance. Even during his peak years, Johnny Chan was never one of those loud players who drew attention wherever they went. Despite his celebrity, he always appeared kind and down to earth. Poker had always been his passion, and he was willing to make significant sacrifices in order to pursue a career as a professional poker player. It was a risk that paid off handsomely, but he couldn't have predicted what the future held. He simply liked the game and felt the beckoning of the green felt and answered that call. So if you're wondering what Johnny Chan has been doing lately, he's just been playing poker, enjoying life, and avoiding the spotlight. Even while many players are not having great success in poker, only a few legends can compete with Johnny Chan. And this is a simple fact. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel before you leave.